Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 5, Episode 144. It is Tuesday morning, and we are on our way to the office, and it looks like it's going to be a nice day. I think it rained last night. I'm not positive, but I think it did. 62 degrees right now. Almost perfectly clear skies, just some light clouds off in the distance. And just leaving home, heading to the office. This morning I was actually going to make a stop at the License Bureau to take care of something, and just didn't work out timing-wise, so I may do that tomorrow. So tomorrow, Wednesday, is supposed to be our overnight day. What I think I'm going to do is leave late tomorrow, go take care of that paperwork before I go, and then just leave a little bit later, get up a little bit later, and just that way I'll have a little bit more energy throughout the day. So that's the goal. Today, pretty light day. However, at the end of the day, I do have that meeting with that company that's going to be doing our penetration testing for the year. So that's going to delay me a little bit. Other than that, I believe my calendar is pretty clear. Yeah, it's just a 3 o'clock meeting, 45 minutes long. It'll probably actually finish up early, so I'll probably get out of the office around the same time that I normally do. This morning, I'm going to catch up on a few things, but not much. I have maybe half an hour worth of work to do, and then the rest will be planning out our next trip and our current trip that we're going on. I do want to find some fun things for the kids to do while we're playing and making money. Also, next month, July 15th, it still looks like the day we're going to go to Vegas. My wife will be going out of town around that time too, so we're just going to try to make sure that fits in as well as possible. She'll only be gone for about 2 days, so it'll be okay if I'm out of town. I kind of don't like that, but we'll see if we can wiggle some things around and make it work a little bit better. That's really about it. Yesterday, light day, made a few $100s live, a few $100s online, and that's fine for an off day. Hopefully today's a little bit better. I do have some online stuff going on today too, as well. So yeah, so far so good. I'm kind of glad I didn't go to Vegas right now. Originally, I was supposed to be in Vegas like this week, but I'm glad I didn't because I had forgotten about the World Series of Poker, and I'm going to just double check that by July 15th that it's over. If not, I may delay it a day or two just so that it's not so busy. And I know a lot of the poker players also learn some slot stuff, and you're not going to find very much there. However, I am going to focus more on blackjack and table games while I'm there. For me, that's where I made most of my money. And although things haven't been as good at table games lately, it's because I don't have the opportunity. When I'm in Vegas, I'm going to go ahead and hammer them. So anyway, let's head off to work, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. So I was having an issue with one of my scans, and this guy that I work with, I keep asking, and he wasn't really getting it done. And of course, that reflects on me. So recently, I've been sending him an email once a week to remind him to do it. And so today I decided to go a different route. I went and talked to somebody else, and we searched the logs, and I think we figured out what the problem was. I think so when you do a scan, you can type in the names or the IP addresses of what you want to scan, or you can do what's called a tag, and it can go into your ServiceNow and look for anything with that tag. For example, Windows 2025, and anything that's labeled that, it can pull in and do a scan on. That way, it's live, and when the database changes, it'll change the scan as well. On top of that, we're also doing scans of the network to discover new things in case they're not in the database. Anyway, long story short, there was about 45 devices being scanned that should have been closer to, I thought, 12. and we discovered that there's something wrong with the tagging. It was pulling in all these items that we didn't need, and it was actually 11 items. That was the correct number. And so I'm going to manually create a new scan and run that tonight and use that scan for now until he can fix his scan with the tagging. That way I'm not changing his, I'm just creating a new one, and I'm still getting the information that I need. So that's what I'll do when I get back to the office, set that up and set it to scan tonight, and it should work. So anyway, right now it's 10:45, just leaving the office, and beautiful day again. Another Simpsons sky today. Nice fluffy clouds, dark blue sky, really nice, and 74 degrees outside, almost no breeze at all. It's a nice day. So let's head to the casino. Let's turn this nice day into a profitable day. We'll pick up some food on the way back and go from there. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. All right, so gonna go grab something to eat. It was dead in there, completely dead in there. I found like 5 or 6 plays. All of them were reasonable size. I mean, they weren't like small plays, $4 plays, $3 plays, stuff like that. And just couldn't make any money. Kept coming back to about even every time, even. I think the most I was down was like $75, maybe $100, and the highest I was probably plus like 70-ish. So ended up leaving ahead $44, but that's it. Got some points, but not good. So spent a lot of time spinning. Had a lot of coin in, but just couldn't make any money and left ahead 44. I did see an older man walking around potentially checking things, but I'm not really sure. Seems like the things he was looking at were pretty obvious. I'm not really sure though, so I've never seen him in there before. I'll keep an eye out for him for next time. But just one of those days where you couldn't make any money. I still have the online stuff I haven't done yet, but it has potential. So I'll do that probably this afternoon, early evening, and see what happens with that. So right now, we're going to head over to Burger King, where if you buy $3, you get free fries. So we're going to get large fries. We're going to get a cheeseburger kids meal. We're going to upgrade the fries to onion rings, and we're going to upgrade the juice to chocolate milk, and that'll be our lunch. So we'll see how that goes. They couldn't mess it up any worse than last time. Last time the Whopper was so small, so nasty, like dripping, it did not look good. So hopefully today's better than that. It looked like they just threw it all together, which I'm sure they did. Anyway, all right, let's get there, get that food, head back to the office, and I'll be back to update you. Oh, by the way, I got 2/3 of the trip planned out already, so we'll see how that goes. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It's almost 4 o'clock right now. It's about 3:50, and I actually left the office about 20 minutes ago, but I've been busy with phone calls and things like that. So finished up meetings and all that, and we're heading back to the casino. I did have a meeting with my manager. Hold on 1 second. All right, anyway, finished up my meeting, did all that, but I had a meeting with my manager. This is the Tuesday meeting I used to always have, and he set it on the calendar for 2 a.m. instead of 2 p.m., and we stopped having it and all that. So now we started doing it again starting today. So I talked to him about the upcoming annual reviews that we have, and then I talked to him about some vulnerability that I found and some details of it, which were actually, I gave him some really good insights on it, and they were surprised that we had that vulnerability and where it was, and he's trying to work out the best way to get rid of it. There's 2 ways to get rid of it, manually or through a script, but who's going to write the script and all that. And we started talking about how busy everybody was, And he plainly said to me, Joe, if you're gone tomorrow, I don't know what we would do, because you're doing the penetration testing, you're doing the weekly testing, you're organizing everything, you're meeting with the groups, you're doing all that stuff, and on top of that, you're doing your normal things that you do, as well as you're on call. So that actually felt good to hear, because that means most likely I'm in pretty good shape and I don't have to worry. And he actually said to me, he said, I'm thinking about asking for our team to be split and for there to be a penetration testing team, and I could make you the manager of it. So, okay, well, we'll see. So right now, all I want is to have a job and have that free money coming in. To them, a job is work money. They're working hard for the money, but believe me, when you're doing when you're doing any kind of advantage play, a job is just free money because it's so easy compared to what we do. So anyway, yeah, I talked to a friend of mine too. He had some issues with the casino, which were somewhat surprising, but not that surprising. But the lengths that they're going to right now to find people is pretty bad. So anyway, right now, just continuing on here to the casino. Hopefully have some better luck this afternoon, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I'm back. Yeah, I'm actually, it's not even my fight here, but I am getting angry at all these new things that these guys are doing, following people around casinos to see if they check a machine. You know what? Regular players do that too. Regular players figured out some of this stuff too. And now you're throwing out people who are potential money, who will make you money. Instead, you're following them around like creeps and throwing them out of casinos. And that's just wrong. You're getting rid of the good machines. You're getting rid of the good tables. People are just losing money too fast, and you wonder why they're going online, where they can actually pay a higher RTP in a lot of cases. I mean, the casino I just left, standard 84% all the time, 86, 84. I mean, come on, that's just highway robbery. Let the person play a little bit longer before you take their money. Then you have online casinos. There's one that I play. It's I don't want to say the exact number, but it's way, way higher. Your money goes way further with that. Now, it's still a negative expectation, but you're going to last a lot longer on some of these online ones. Now, the problem with those is, number one, some of them are illegal, but those actually seem to be a little bit safer than the ones that aren't illegal. I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense. And number two, the ones that are legal, a lot of them now are giving you W-2s. So you're winning, whatever. And they're giving you W-2s when you normally wouldn't have gotten them in a lot of cases. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, how'd it go in there? Went in and I saw what appeared to be someone who knew what he was doing, but I wasn't really positive. But other than that one guy, that was really it. I only found one play on one machine, and I played that, made $59. Took me 5 or 6 spins at $2 a spin, and I made that, and that was it. And I walked and walked and walked, and there was nothing else. And they're doing some kind of a party in there right now, and everyone's pissed off because they're supposed to get these big prizes, and they're giving them prizes like, congratulations, you won 200 points. What the heck is 200 points? It's like pennies, And, you got $5 toward the restaurant. Well, I don't even like your restaurant, and if I did, what's $5 going to get me? Or a free appetizer or some stupid thing like that. So people were pretty aggravated in line. I could hear them talking to each other. And one guy's trying to give the other person his free restaurant stuff, and that guy didn't even want it. So anyway, I usually hand mine to somebody, because if they can figure out how to use it, I don't want it. So anyway, all right, looks like we spilled something on the seat here. All right. So right now we are going to head toward home. We're going to do some online play this evening. I'm not prepared to do it in the car, so we'll do that tonight, and I'll let you know what happens with that. Maybe I'll put it at the end of this episode. We'll see. And then tomorrow is a big overnight episode, and a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be going take care of that. Paperwork in the morning, come back home, meet somebody, then leaving for the day, and then I'll be gone overnight. It'll be a long one, but hopefully it'll be worth it. And then we have our vacation trip in a week, so that's going to be good too. Gonna do some segments. What did you eat today, MW? I had a Burger King kids meal, cheeseburger kids meal with onion rings, all 5 of them. They were small too. I only got like 5 onion rings, and somehow there's a French fry in there too, and chocolate milk. And you know what? You know what my toy was? Crayons. That's not a toy. Come on, give him a 50-cent toy, please. Giving him crayons, 4 darn crayons. That's a toy. That kid's gonna be pretty disappointed. I'll give it to my wife. She knows people who watch kids, so they'll take those. Years ago, from an auction, I bought these huge. I mean, I have a big family, so I bought this big box of crayons. It was like 1,000 of them, and I think they were a little bit thicker than the normal, not the huge ones, but slightly thicker. And it was like a box of 1,000. I think I bought 2 boxes. I got them real cheap too, like $15 or $20 a box. And we donated some to teachers, gave some to my wife's family. There's teachers there. We used a bunch of them, gave some away, and we still had some. So I think she finally just gave them to somebody, whatever was left. But that was pretty cool. So Burger King, how would I rate it? Man, I really want to give Burger King a good rating because I used to like it. I used to go there every day when I was in high school, but I can't. I got to give it a 7. Sorry, Burger King, 7. You give me 5 onion rings and a nasty, crunchy French fry, and your food just wasn't good, and it's still not good. I want to go home and just grill a burger right now or something, nice thick burger, put some blue cheese in the middle or something. I don't know. Anyway, what did you tip today, MW? So far, I tipped 0. Sorry. No tips. And what did you learn today, MW? I learned about some things that happened with a friend of mine at a casino. I got my schedule all taken care of for our trip. Learned a lot of things about the area that we're going to, and figured out, how we can play at the casinos and hang out with the family throughout the day and at night without things being too bad for anybody. So yeah. That's really about it. I may add a few seconds at the end of this with how much I won online, but I probably will move it to tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.